Hey everyone, if you're here, you can say something in the chat. I'm curious what books you guys are reading. Is anyone reading anything awesome? Hello, hello. If you are here, go ahead and say hi in the chat. We're just testing to see if a live stream works. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start reading. Today we are reading The Princess and the Pizza because we are starting a unit which is just on believing in ourselves, getting to know ourselves, and we are going to read this book and see kind of what choices this character. So it's called The Princess and the Pizza, and it's by Mary Jane and Herm Osh. All right, I might have to move so you can see the pages. Princess Paulina needed a job. Her father had given up his throne to become a wood carver and moved them to a humble shack in a neighboring kingdom. Since the king was still learning, his carvings didn't sell, and Paulina's garden barely kept enough on the table. Paulina missed princessing. She missed walking the peacock in the royal garden, surveying the kingdom from the castle tower, and doing the princess wave in royal processions. So she used to be a princess. Now she's not because her dad wanted a new job. He wanted to be a wood carver. Paulina tried walking a stray chicken around her shack, but it only pecked at her bare toes. Surveying the kingdom from the shack's leaky roof made even more holes. She tried princess waving to the townspeople from her father's cart, but nobody bothered to wave back. They just thought she was swatting at flies. One day, a page rode past the shack announcing that Queen Zelda of Blum was seeking a true princess to become the bride for her son, Rupert. "This is my chance to get back at princessing," Paulina cried. She rummaged through the trunk of her ex-princess stuff, brushed the wood shavings from her best ball gown, and blew away bits of sawdust that clung to her diamond tiara. Then she tucked a piece of garlic into her bodice for good luck, snipped some fragrant herbs to cover up the garlic smell, and headed for the castle. Princess for hundreds of miles. But when she got to Blum Castle, Paulina found she was one of 12 princesses, hoping to become the royal bride. You guys might remember this from another story. When she looked into her assigned room, Paulina saw her bed piled high with 16 mattresses. Oh, for Pete's sake, the old Princess and the Pea trick. That is so once upon a time ago. Naturally, Paulina didn't sleep all night because she felt the lumpy pea through all of the mattresses. When the 12 princesses gathered in the throne room the next morning, the 7 who looked bright-eyed were sent home. Now only Paulina and 4 other sleepy princesses remained. First, they were made to write essays entitled, "Why I Want to Have the Gracious and Exquisitely Beautiful Queen Zelda as My Mother-in-Law." Prince Rupert and Queen Zelda finally appeared on the balcony. Queen Zelda did all the talking. "Congratulations, ladies! You have written some lovely essays, which I will keep in my scrapbook. And you have all passed the mattress test. But to make absolutely sure you are of royal blood, there is a second test. Only a true princess can wear these glass slippers." "For Pete's sake, you've never heard of sneakers?" Paulina asked. Queen Zelda gave Paulina a sharp look. Nobody said you had to hike in them. Just try them on. Hi, Ari. I'm glad you could join us. After the royal page made his way around the room with the slippers, two big-footed princesses, followed around by 7 strange little men, and the other had such a long braid dragging behind her. I wonder who those guys are. Paulina kept tripping over it. For Pete's sake, haven't you ever heard of scissors? Paulina said. Queen Zelda glared at Paulina. You have all passed the second princess test. Your final task is to cook a feast that proves you worthy of being my dear Rupert's wife. They set up a wail among the princesses, especially Paulina. For Pete's sake, you have no royal chef? Silence, said the queen. The table holds the makings for 3 fine feasts. Choose well, for the winner will become my dear Rupert's bride. As Paulina started for the table, the long-haired princess tripped her, then loaded up with food. By the time Paulina got there, the 7 strange little men had run off with everything, except for some flour, yeast, water, 3 overripe tomatoes, and a hunk of stale cheese. Hey, that's not fair! Queen Zelda, will you help me? No, said the queen, because you have a big mouth. What do you guys think that she's going to make with all those ingredients? She doesn't really have that much to work with. A servant escorted Paulina to her room and locked the door. Hey, how can I cook without a bowl or spoons or pots? There was no reply. Paulina tried to make the bread, kneading the flour, water, and yeast together, but it only stuck to the tray in a flattened mess. She sprinkled cheese gratings over the top. It was still a mess, and Paulina was exhausted. For Pete's sake, where is your fairy godmother when you need her? I'm gonna take a nap. She reached under the pile of mattresses, pulled out the offending pea, and climbed into bed. Oh, Ari thinks she's gonna make pizza. Let's see. She hadn't been sleeping long when there was a knock on the door. Only 20 minutes left, called Queen Zelda. I don't smell anything cooking. I'm not cooking, said Paulina. I'm napping, and then I'm going home. You're not going anywhere, said the queen. The losers will be beheaded. Paulina sat bolt upright. Beheaded? You didn't tell us that. I forgot, said the queen. Can't I have a second chance? How about I try and spin some straw into gold? Or maybe I could guess a weird little man's name. No second chances, declared the queen. But that's not fair, Paulina cried. Who needs to be fair? I'm the queen. Paulina leaped out of bed and ran to the window, but it was unbelievably long drop to the ground. The meal was her only hope. She rushed the tray to the fireplace, stirred the few remaining hot coals, then crushed her garlic and sprinkled it over the mess for good luck. Finally, Paulina tossed on the herbs to cover up the garlic smell. I'm kind of thinking Ari is correct. Paulina paced back and forth, planning her escape. Perhaps she could make a deal with the long-haired princess to climb down her braid. She didn't notice that the goopy dough had browned into a crust. The tomatoes were bubbling. Time's up! Paulina took a deep breath and carried her tray into the great dining room. The other princesses had made lovely feasts, especially the one who had the 7 strange little men to help her. Prince Rupert went right to Paulina's tray. It's not pretty, but it smells scrumptious. He helped himself to an unusually generous piece. What do you call this dish? Paulina shrugged. I don't know. It can't be an official entry in the contest if it doesn't have a name, said the queen. Oh, for Pete's sake, muttered Paulina. What's that? Said the queen. Pete's what? Remembering the beheading threat, Paulina frantically tried to think of a name. It's Pete's pizza. Pizza? The queen took a big bright bite. Odd name, but it's tasty. The winner is Paulina's Pizza. You mean I won't be beheaded? I was only kidding about the beheading, said the queen. Then I was only kidding about wanting to marry Prince Drupert. Who needs him? I have other plans. Will you leave your recipe? Asked the queen. No way, said Paulina. It's just become a family secret. She headed for the door. I liked you best, whined the queen, following close behind. Oh, for Pete's sake, muttered Paulina as she stomped across the drawbridge. Curious what she's going to do. Today's specials: butterscotch, broccoli, pickle, parsnip, chocolate chicken, rosemary rhubarb, avocado apricot. Came to Paulina's for popcorn pineapple pizza. They often stayed to play cards with Paulina's father. From then on, whenever Paulina drove her pizza delivery cart through the town doing the princess wave, everyone waved back and ran after her, asking about the day's specials. Life was good. Paulina was grateful not to have Queen Zelda for a mother-in-law, but she still worried about one little thing. Wonder what she worries about. She worried about getting Queen Zelda as her stepmother. All right, so I'm curious what you guys thought of this story. You can go ahead and write it in the comments. I'm also wondering, how did that book show that she believed herself, that she stuck up for herself? I'm curious what you guys think about how you can stick up for yourself, advocate for yourself, especially when you're in an online program. How can you make sure that it's designed to fit your brain, what works best for you, and that it fits all of your needs? Like, she decided that she was really good at making pizza, and she went for it. So I'm curious what we can do to make online learning just perfect for you guys. I'm going to end this video, but you can go ahead and leave stuff in the comments even after the live chat ends. Thank you guys so much for reading with me, and I will see you later. Bye.